on in such an odd area. That's just mean.
And as we saw there, pretty much they were taking advantage of it. They were just crouching under the bridge, being a munchkin pretty much, and just shooting people out of the water as they were starting to coming up.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it was really really interesting to see. Another kind of note that I have from Game 1 was Team Japan getting caught in vehicles multiple times out in the fields, just trying to drive peacefully, I might add, from one location to the next, and they got shot at by Cloud9. They got blown up there at the end. Everything seemed like it was pretty chaotic enough, and then Team Japan comes driving through, and they just ultimately got destroyed.
Yeah, risky plays. I think it was the terror team also did that as well.
Same thing, but they were able to sneak across the bridge.
They were, and then Hyro was trying to do that too. So a lot of teams just taking riskier plays. Are they going to learn from that, or are they just going to believe, you know what, maybe that was just bad luck there on that one? I just going to continue.
I think luck had a lot to do with it. That zone really kind of forced. I mean, we saw how many people were left alive. That was one thing. You got to give credit to all these teams. Just staying alive with no real cover in a tiny circle like that. Sometimes you don't have a lot of choice besides, well, let's just get it and hope for the best. And unfortunately, for a couple of the teams, it didn't work out, and others it did.
Evos in that position that they were in at the very end actually were quite fortunate that we saw Doyu show themselves in the tower as well, because coming off of that ridge next to where the river is can be very difficult against that tower in itself, right?
It can. It's got some great cover there. You can kind of move horizontally back and forth, but the tower being the prime position, but the tower also, you know exactly where they're going to be. You know where to put your crosshair as soon as they peek. That's the end of it.
Yeah, and if you get caught in the water, it's pretty much over for you. As we saw pretty much for Sega there, an outsider trying to get away, but ultimately they just got killed.
And obviously we saw while these teams were thinking about that strategy, they were able to kind of plan out some of their rotations, even with the little styluses of Sam Galaxy 09, to try and figure out exactly where they want to go. Obviously, they don't know exactly where the play path
per usual. Let's see if a lot of these teams kind of get back to their roots here. And, we saw some of the teams that prefer Pachinki did not drop their last game, even though the play path did allow it. We'll see if they do that again this game.
A lot of teams just starting to spread out. Actually, I'm loving this play path here because it's going to allow teams to just pretty much go to where they usually want to go, right? They don't have to just jump into a car and try to go that way. And look at this, PRK, once again, dropping Atlantis, Watertown, or Venice, whatever you want to call it, they're going there once again. It seems to work out there in the first match, so why not? Let's go ahead and do it again.
They're going to drop into a place with buildings and water. We'll call it that, buildings and water. Looting up, though, but they have company. You see that? They got another squad there looting up just on the outside, and it is Terror once again from India. These are the same guys last time that peeled off. Maybe this time, maybe they won't.
And look at Terror here, already with the name 4. They got some guns. I saw somebody there from PRK pretty much just trying to run away because he didn't have a gun just yet. And once again, just to remind you, the top 10 scores, DT No You with 605 points, Evo's Burnout with 590, and LH No You.
Look at that. LH No You in its third place right now, and they did not finish anywhere near the top 3. Remember, Gangstars put them out much earlier. I believe they finished 7th or 8th overall in the standings. But with the 16, or was it 18? It was either 16 or 18 kills. Man, they rocketed up those guys.
Interesting play here by the Terror team from India, as they are now starting to run away there from PRK. Now, the only problem with this is that they're going to be super exposed. If for some reason any team passes by, they're going to be easy pickings.
I'm interested to see how these guys continue to play. It's kind of an interesting tactic, establishing yourself in an obscure location and then immediately giving up ground, even though you have the assault rifles and weapons already on your person. Not quite sure that decision. They've been very passive so far in this, tournament.
Yeah,
Cloud9 and Evos again squaring off against Naya.
Again, I wonder if they're going to go ahead and knock each other down one more time and realize, hey, you know what? We're going to keep on dropping here. What are we going to do here? Are we going to try to take each other off at the beginning of the match, or we're just going to pretty much keep doing the same thing? Knock one down and then back up and just run away.
One thing I see developing with Evos and Cloud9 there, Cloud9 very separate from each other. These guys are all looting up solos, so if Evos does catch one of them, it's going to be curtains for him, unless they can pull off some sort of miracle rotation to pick up their teammate.
And LH2U actually having Noble all to themselves. My gosh, that's going to be a huge advantage there, because we saw them play really good in the last round. And if they're able to go ahead and get that loot, on top of that, just being able not to have to worry fighting anybody on Novo, that's great.
They've got there twice now, kind of staking their claim. Novo is ours, and with those gun skills and with that performance in the first round,
it's going to be just up the chain. And look at them, they're just pretty much switching ammo or whatever it is back and forth, whatever you're more comfortable with, right? That's what it comes down to with this team. If maybe a player doesn't like using the overtime and one of their teammates does, then they're just going to go ahead and exchange that so they will be more comfortable and just feel, that's something that actually comes, that I've noticed a lot of players prefer to do. Pick up something that you are comfortable with, even if it's not as powerful.
Correct. I think that that's something that, I get asked a lot of times, why do you prefer this weapon over that weapon? And it's just like, well, I do better with it. It's a very simple answer. It doesn't necessarily mean that statistically it's better or it puts out more damage per bullet, but, a lot of times if you're good with a weapon, you stick with it.
Yeah, ooh, and look at this drop right here for Wildcard. Wildcard just on Grace. That meant Seagate already with the Achilles, dude. That's going to come in huge, especially towards the end of the match if it's for some reason out in the open. And here we got, they're actually getting shot at.
Spot getting shot at here.
They're getting shot at, and they're just waving around, trying to juke them. They were able to actually get nothing damage. They're going to be able to just loot up here and stand their ground.
They're going to hold up here, it looks like, closing the doors, kind of getting ready to fight potentially. I don't know if they're going to get chased out from Pachinki. I believe it was one of the Chinese teams, CPT, up on the hill that was firing shots at them as they drove by. Big Russian bot, there you see CPT on the hill. But we've got Big Russian bot, second place finishers in Europe, and they've got a lot to prove here this particular match.
Yeah, something that I would like to go ahead and point out is that there's not that much action here at the beginning. Before, in the previous game, there was already some teams already out. Right now, everybody seems to be playing it safe now that game number 1 has passed. And look at this, the Terror team from India being able to go ahead and just work their way all the way a little bit towards, I believe that's a little bit towards Pachinki. Yeah.
Yes, the east side of Pachinki here, and it's looking prettier to the west side.
That's a nifty spot there on top of the couch through that little window with the DP. I noticed a lot of the teams from India like using that DP.
Yeah, I think Asia in general really has a strong preference for the DP. See, some of the Chinese teams typically are preferring the M4 and like a 6-time scope, just absolute laser beams for aim. And then we've got RRQ here kind of pushing in towards Terra. Wonder if they know that they're there, if they know what they're getting into here. You see 2 members of RRQ split off to the side, and Sakria's just waiting.
Yeah, RRQ definitely playing it safe there. They might have been able to hear more. They might have been able to hear something because RRQ D2E.
Oh, yeah, they're aware.
Oh, yeah, they know. Senior is calling them out with that mini 14, baby. He's just waiting for somebody to go in and peek, and all of them are in the exact same building. Is that correct? Oh, my gosh, look at this right here.
Oh, no.
Getting some shots there on PTR. There you go. First blood of game number 2.
Great position there. BTR unfortunately going to have to leave Zuxi behind. Zuxi goes down. Man, one of the brothers eliminated here early.
In GT though, you just pretty much finishing up that man. They already got a lot of kills in the previous match. More than likely, they want to go ahead and continue that thread to every single match with already 1 kill and loading him up. Once again, the Scar.
RRQ and Terror kicked off as well. Terror, one of their members did get knocked, and Nas goes down. And look at that grenade torpedo taking him down all the way in the warehouse. What a shot.
He said, hold up a bit. I say, I see that you're there. Back up.
This is an opportune time for another grenade. You know where they're knocked. You know he hasn't crossed. The smoke's out. This is where you start lobbing in more grenades if you got them. You might be able to catch a second player down, and at that point you have an opportunity to push.
And something that I think RRQ is going to go ahead and do here is more than likely they might not even engage here.
There it is. A little bit too late, though.
It might hurt the confidence there. Usually that's what happens. When you see a team starting to rush and somebody gets knocked, they think about it twice. They say, I don't know. Maybe not right now.
If he had followed up with that grenade just a little bit sooner, that would have been real trouble there for RRQ.
They do have the car in the back, so they could pretty much move out at any moment here. And they do have the bombing zone very close by. It seems like they're still going to go ahead and engage. They are throwing smokes all over the place just to throw Team Terror from India a little bit off.
They drive the vehicle inside, trying to keep people out of harm's way from the red zone. Kind of a standoff here, and there it is. Look at that BSS. Woo! Getting the knots there on D2E. D2E goes down. Elite is, well, he's got 1 HP.
Yeah, he needs to go ahead and bandage up. He probably noticed that one of his shoulders was sticking out. So he's like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just move a little bit there to the left.
That BSS from mid-range is absolutely lethal as well. You're dead before you know that you're getting shot.
Yeah, BSS actually. We saw it a lot there towards the end with Gainstar's Billwell, which is currently not here. But he was one of the players that was using it a lot, and then Angry from Gainstar started using it as well, the DSS in the NA Finals. More than likely, we'll go ahead and continue seeing it here as first time we actually see it on this tournament so far. Keep in mind, it is game number 2 in day 1.
terrifying weapon indeed. We turn our attention to other parts of the map for a brief moment before we come back here to RRQ Athena in the warehouse.
Ooh, somebody got knocked out there through an explosion.
That's one of the CPT guys getting hit through maybe the red zone.
Yep, in Wildcard. Wildcard now in that car trying to get out of here.
South George Crate is their preferred drop spot, so they did go after it. They did loot it up successfully, and as you can see, rocking level 3 vest coming out of the South George Crates. Looking like a successful looting run.
And that zone still pretty much staying there towards the middle. So whoever landed Pachinki, Team Terror is currently on a great spot. They don't really have to push anything unless RRQ decides to go ahead and push them. That's the only time they're going to go ahead and engage you. And talking about it, Amid once again knocked down somebody with that VSS.
Great job from Amid over from Team Terror. Nice job to him. We've also got Team Big Russian Bot and BTR getting ready to square off. Here again, Luxy and company down to Zuxy. They have missing one of their players who got knocked out of the buggy on the top of that mountain by GT Goyu. And here we go. We're gonna stare at each other from the compound here as the zone closes in. One thing I saw on the map as we kind of saw that picture just a moment ago was Evos had already left Yesnaya and left Cloud9 behind. Cloud9 is currently rotating in, but Evos had left way before them in an established position early, so that's one tactic we need to keep an eye on moving forward.
Something you definitely see a lot there from the teams, and I see Full Zen Vandy going down there, but right now we're focusing on RRQ and the Terror team. As they're going to go ahead and see their car, more than likely they're going to go ahead and just try to blow out the tires, or if not, blow out the car. Interesting play there by the Terror as they decided not to go ahead and engage. And look at this, RRQ playing super smart, getting a lot of different angles. Now go ahead and move a little bit more towards Pachinki, but somebody from RRQ does get taken out there with the DB28. That angle is going to be amazing if he's able to go ahead and get this knock.
And here we go, C9 rolling up on the scene with BRT. They're just getting a lot of shots, so they decide to keep on moving.
They're just driving by, trying to see what they can hear. Ooh, okay. All right, getting fancy there. Calm down.
Yeah. Kodo, that's not going to land more often than not. Just a friendly tip. We also have Uday getting a knock there on CPT.
A lot of shots. Cloud9 just trying to figure out where the heck are they going to go. I see, they're going to actually go in the cage here. And they show you.
This is Bravo. LA is going to tear them off and they get a shot.
Between two great teams. More than likely, they're just going to go to continue. And here we go. LA show you.
And there it is. LA show you taking down Carnage. Another member of Cloud9 down early.
Cloud9 getting too cocky there. Going between LA show you and Illuminate. And it hurts them. It hurts them big time.
Driving by some of these compounds that are occupied, you don't quite get the free pass that you got in earlier tournament rounds. These guys are legit. You don't just get to drive by for free without losing somebody out of the vehicle.
Yeah, but they're definitely not used to playing this team, so more than likely they're still adjusting to everything. They're seeing those shots. I'm just amazed by the accuracy on this with these players.
I mean, you gotta love that full auto 6-pouch from range on a moving target, still able to secure the kill.
For Carnage. Do me a favor, send me some rips in the chat for Carnage, as now Cloud9 is starting to go ahead and move. They pretty much decided, you know what, let's go ahead and not hit the vehicles anymore. It didn't work out for us, so let's just go ahead and start working our way around through the bushes.
Look at this. I mean, this is really interesting. The zone is very large still as far as the play zone. There's nobody in the play zone right now or anywhere near it. They're all in the safety zone. So this is really interesting. And then we also have a shark. A little bit of an adventure here from Sam.
We definitely have a shark there by Sam. I don't know how he landed there, but GameStars is going to go ahead and run here into Team Japan. Are they going to go ahead and continue going? Here comes the shot. This time he's just going to continue going, and Team Japan is starting to rain down the shots on GameStars. Their car is smoking. They have to watch out. That car could be blown up.
Oh, and they're driving right into 40. This is trouble. Big Russian Bot's not going to let them get away.
GameStars just pulls up behind. They're going to go ahead and try to go inside the building. There you go. Somebody gets knocked down.
Knocked out of the car. Oh, this is trouble. Every gets shot.
Oh, my goodness. Bad placing there by GameStars. And now they're going to go ahead and start getting finished.
Oh, this is trouble for GameStars. They had absolutely no chance rolling up on these guys with no health left on their cars. They trying to come in for the rescue. Hits the compound aggressively. He's going to immediately hop in. He's going to try to save the day once again for his squad. He knows they're here. The car's parked inside. And he's got help arriving. Angry rolls up and gets knocked immediately. Luxy takes him down.
Bad luck there by GameStars. A lot of their teammates got knocked out, and it seemed like pretty much support came in too late. A little too late. And now Sute's trying to knock people down. Sute gets taken out. Ladies and gentlemen, GameStars gets
first team eliminated here in round number 2. That's not the performance they were hoping for. Definitely missing some of the positioning that they will have offered.
Definitely. Wow, that DP28 there came in handy, as we do have GG.
This is something that you never saw from Stars prior to this tournament, was getting caught in rotation. Never happened before, and this is something that they're going to have to get used to, I think, this tournament.
And I wonder if it comes down to just maybe Beowulf not being there, or what happened, or maybe just bad luck. You know, sometimes it does happen in this type of games, but that is definitely, we never seen them getting eliminated that early.
Look at these guys hiding in the bushes. We got GG Gamers out here getting ready to take on Arab Madness, and these guys both from the Middle East. This is the battle for supremacy here. Saudi Arabia versus Kuwait.
That new zone there, pretty much just going
Hard
southeast.
Southeast. This is a brutal one.
And Sam is still in the water. He's pretty much having to work his way all the way around. He might even have to go all the way towards the bridge.
Yeah, you know what's interesting about this zone is a third of it is in the water and not playable. So this is actually quite a small zone for 68 players left alive. 19 teams still left in it. And they've got, you know, limited space to work with here. So it's key to rotate early, to grab that position, and try to defend it with all their might.
You know, they actually go ahead and decide to start shooting. Interesting plays there by them. They pretty much just give away their positioning, and they're not even inside the zone. They do have a car very nearby. Ooh, smart plays there by them, actually. I wasn't able to notice that they had a UAC right next to them.
They're ready to bounce out of there and pursue, and it looks like Arab Madness, the other part of their team, stayed behind. So this is really interesting here. You see them drive over the Gatka ditches without any concerns, hitting that spot, and they're good to go. Now we see Wildcard coming in. Oh, no! Wildcard gets destroyed. Hot Juice and Zika cannot buy a break, but again, you do not drive by LH Soyu. They did not know they were there, but LH Soyu just absolutely destroying people left and right as they drive by their compound.
We saw it early there with Cloud9, and look at this. Illuminate, it's right next to Team Japan. He is waiting patiently, and Evo,
FX getting knocked.
He's got to watch out. Evo is totally getting knocked. Outsider getting knocked as well from LHW. Gotta be careful there. Now there's just one player left. Lucifer is left.
He's got nowhere to go. This is going to be unfortunate. Outsider gets finished by Soyu. It looks like Evo's going down real early. BTR is taking it to him.
And the Natsu just pretty much waiting patiently. He notices
Japan sees him and he's trying to take him down. Is he going to shoot?
I don't think he's going to try to shoot.
He lost him. I don't know what he was doing there.
Oh, he heard those shots.
Oh, good finish there. X gets taken out.
The Illuminate hearing those shots pass by, and actually somebody got exploded pretty much. Ooh, they just smart plays there by him. They're just blowing out those tires. They're saying, if you're going to jump out there, you are going to go ahead and get stuck there. You're not going anywhere, sir.
Oh, this is trouble for Evos. They are down to one player that got them back up. It looks like they're sitting with 2 right now. But again, there's still 18 teams on the board. They do not want to follow up the first place and go out there like that.
Look at BRK now getting into some action, ladies and gentlemen, against the third team from India. The third team from India currently in a great spot as they do have the advantage
as well. Look at that. The Arab Madness team takes out C9 Sam. Sam has been eliminated from the game.
And Sam was swimming there for a very long time. Interesting play here by Terror as they decided not to go ahead and push, even though they had 2 players and somebody from BRK was down. You might go ahead and cost it here. You want to go ahead and push. There you go. He's able to take without a man with the great shots with the UMP. Is he going to go ahead and try to push here, ladies and gentlemen? He's waiting patiently. He actually needs to go ahead and heal up himself. If Baraka is going to go ahead and throw a grenade right behind him.
Wow, just a little bit short there. Wonderful attempt there from Baraka. Didn't quite get the finish. But Sakria getting the hit on Caviera over on the other side. So now Baraka and his squad really in trouble. It's going to come down to him trying to get up on.
Once again, interesting decisions here by Team Terror as they decide not to push right away when somebody is down. They're actually moving away from the action.
Terror has a habit of, really kind of securing an advantageous position and then retreating. They're not an aggressive team at all. They're concerned more with staying alive rather than trying to finish off their opponent.
And I wonder if that's going to hurt them because now we have seen if they actually are on the aggressive, it works for them. So I wonder if they're going to go ahead and start noticing that and just start playing a little bit more aggressive there for the team from India. And look at this. Oh, that shot there by Hero. Oh, my goodness.
Doc, one of the only players in the tournament that prefers a bolt-action sniper rifle. He likes the M24 and the AWM. Other than that, every other player here prefers a assault rifle or a DMR.
far. And Team Terra here just pretty much getting mowed down. As they're trying to get out of that zone, and that was just a bad spot. Now we know what they were running. They were outside the zone. And that, more than likely, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to go to be there by Team Terra.
It is down, and Team Terra goes out. Unfortunate. CPT, the lovable Penguins from China, they do get the victory there on Team Terra. And unfortunately for Team Terra, they're going to have to try to do better next game. But CPT will move on. It looks like Korea winner Chicken Dinner is into the action, taking out one of the Doyu players. But Doyu says, nah, we're going to come right back. And, oh, wow.
Third Baraka right here, right next to him. He accidentally shoots, giving position away. Baraka just
gone down. Big Russian bot as well, trying to catch on up here with that fourth place position when it comes to those kill points. But overall, China is showing massive results.
As you can see, all three of those teams just really, really hammering people every time they get here. Big shout out to Big Russian bot as well. We haven't seen a ton of action from them, but obviously they're putting kills on the board and they're finishing consistently high. And again, the player kills ranking going to be reflecting the team kill ranking. I mean, it's all Chinese players up there.
GT again with 13.
Kills that you froze EGR for Russia there on the top of the board, or not on the top, but on the board with 5 kills. And same thing with Bullshark from Thailand, also with 5 kills. Those 2 players, the only ones outside of Chinese players that are making that top kill list.
And here we got a matchup between CPT 762 and GT Ican. He was able to only get 8 kills in his squad, 22 as we just saw, ladies and gentlemen. And GT Ican getting 5 kills overall. He got 5 kills out of the 8 kills for his team. That's a pretty good carry.
He had a great carry going out there, pushing that final circle. Unfortunately, it was a battle between him and one of the CPT players, and he did not come out on top there. Ended up with low HP. He did get the CPT player pretty low, but unfortunately didn't work out for him.
And here are the round 2 standings. It's the CPT taking the top spot there with a huge amount of points. 830 coming in from them from that first place. Spot GT Doyu. Once again, a second after second place means that they're racking up the points overall, but CPT might have just trumped that first spot.
That's crazy. Almost double the points. Almost. Of the second place team. We're not talking teams down the leaderboard. They put a huge dent in what they're trying to do here at the global finals. Take a look at the bottom half of the standings here. Wildcard, Cloud9, Gen-Stars, all of them wanting to prove a little bit more from North America. We also see Team Japan